How's it going? So I wanted to do a follow-up because I got a couple comments, and I've changed it since I made the initial video for my do-it-yourself pedal board case box thing. Um, Before, I went through like the case, how it was put together, um, and the hinges. The hinges were important, so you can actually kick at your buttons. So it's my pedal board's changed. I'm not going to talk so much about what all this stuff is, except for I have two outs. I have an out here, and I have an out here, and I actually physically go outside the box. If you're a musician, you know about having to like throw it down, plug it in, and then when you're done, you pick it up and you got to go. You know, like your set's done, you better get off stage. Kind of, hurrying happens. So I put everything that I could access on the outside. My guitar in comes in through here, through the switcher, through the different things, and then out one for a guitar, one for a bass signal, because that's a thing I do. So if you're making one of these or thinking about making one of these, I just took a little piece of aluminum, made a little plate, put that through, drilled a hole, and that's just the socket I've soldered the guitar jack to half of one of these little 6-inch cables. So I got half over here and half over here that runs my outs straight, so that I can take a guitar cable, right? Bam, plug it in there, and I take the other end, goes into the amp, obviously, like so. So I don't have to like move around the pedal, because like, it's awkward spacing and stuff. Like if I had to go and every time I gotta play my out, right, I've got to move this so that I can plug in there. No, I don't have to do that. I pop it down, I plug in here, I'm good to go. Got my power. I put a little power strip in here to power the two of these, because trying to like open the case and then take that to whatever power strip's available and that to whatever's available. Now everything's here. Sometimes I use a wireless unit that goes in here and plugs in here. Or if I'm not using that, I can use an amp and plug it in here if it's a small place. It leaves room for me to be able to do a number of different settings, because sometimes you've got your all out, you're doing your gig, but sometimes I just like to run and do an open jam, and I just got to plug in and plug out. So it makes it really convenient to put these jacks on the outside, and it's not a very difficult job. I used a step drill bit to cut the holes. I used these to cut the aluminum plates to put the guitar jacks through. Soldering you can do with any soldering iron. But yeah, the way this hinge works, again, I think I covered it, but I had to cut it because it was too tall to stand in the case, because this is supposed to come up to about here. But you just cut it down so it fits in the case. That way, you've got your ability to close it all up and carry it away. But at the same time, when you go in for your show, you set it down, bam, you open it up, we go fold that down so you can actually get your feet at that. Because if this was up here, you're trying to like push this button, your foot's you're not gonna be able to get in there. That's why I almost never used one of these, but I found these super cool hinges at Home Depot. I forget exactly what it's called, but if you do a search for hidden hinge, you will find this hinge here, and it is just great for this application. It works perfectly for me anyway. I don't know, everybody's different. But so that is my current pedal board. Again, I use Velcro. I can move this stuff around. It's kind of modular. Everything's got Velcro on it, and then I can move this around if I want. But I found that this is how I like it set up, because it's kind of how my amps are set up to the left and right, and then I've got my effect left and effect right, and then my outs, and that's really what I wanted to show you guys, was the out here on the outside, and the power strip in here wired to this out. Just to make it easier. It's all for ease of plugging in, the speed to get in and get out, because you don't want to be that guy that's like messing around and plugging and unplugging your entire pedal board, you know, just right before a show, or like trying to plug everything in. And you know, I like coming in, I'm like, bam, I plug it into the power outlet, I plug my guitar, you know, I take the cable, bam, that's to the amp, and I'm ready to go. So yeah, I recommend, if you want to do it yourself, not $100 kind of pedal board, and you don't have a lot of stuff in your chain, because I mean, you can only fit so many pedals in here. I think regular Boss pedals, I had 1, 2, 3. You probably fit four on the top and 4 on the bottom. So I mean, you could fit like 8 pedals in here if you use that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'm pretty set with the RP50 for most of my weird sounds, and then this PV Valve King head does a great job for any kind of distortion I need. I just pop on the gain channel. So yeah, you can go out, get yourself one of these cheap briefcases. They have them at Goodwill, Savers, St. Vincent de Paul, whatever your local thrift store, maybe a garage sale. You'll be able to find one of these for, I don't know, $5-10. And these hinges, I believe, were $20 for a pair of hinges, and they're totally worth it for something just a little bit different. You know, it's not like everybody else's. I'm the only guy I know that has a pretty sweet little pedal board suitcase thing like this. So have at you, do-it-yourselfers.